Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Twitter and today I'm going to make a video on the newer scattergun for the Scout. The reason why I say newer is because I wanted to make a video sooner. It's more than over a month ago now that the update was released. But I did promise that I was going to make a video on the new weapons and I want to keep my promises. So here you go, a video on the backscatter, the new scattergun for the Scoutman. So if you don't already know what this weapon does, what this weapon basically does, it mini-quits targets when you fire at the back. But you have to be pretty close to do that. You have to be in a set range to be able to quit enemies when you shoot at the back. The drawbacks of this weapon are the less clip size. It has 2 less shots, it has only 4 shots instead of the usual 6 shots in the normal scattergun. It doesn't really do random crits, which on most servers random crits are enabled, so that can be a drawback. And it's also less accurate, which means you do have to be closer to be able to hit all of the pellets to deal the maximum amount of damage. So over the past couple of days I did a few matches with this weapon. I did record some footage, as you see here. And my opinion of this map is it's actually a pretty good weapon. What you basically do is you have to be like, as a scout, your role is often to flank enemies, right? And this weapon does it even more. This is a very, in my opinion, a very skillful weapon. You have to be able to really go to the enemies, hit them from the back, and be close to your enemies to be able to do the maximum amount of damage. And you really have to be able to hit this like 4 shots. Because one thing that I did notice was this 4 shots instead of 6 as a really drawback. Because you have to like save your shots and really aim those very well. So if you are a very skilled scout that can hit those shots, I really recommend this weapon. But I do think that in some situations this weapon shines more than others, because I did a few matches and some didn't work at all and didn't get any kills. Which for me, I'm a pretty good TF2 player. I mean, the Scout is my least played class, but still, I should be able to hit a few shots, be able to get a few kills. But I didn't with this weapon. On other matches, I did actually extremely well for a weapon that I barely used before. And that was where this weapon was pretty surprising. And again, if you can get close to people, this weapon is devastating. There were actually times where I just killed a heavy in like, I don't know, 2 shots? I'm not sure, I didn't really count. Especially against heavies, because you have to be able to kill them before they turn around, and this weapon does it extremely well. You can get very close to them. They are an easy target because they don't move a lot, and they are also larger targets. So you are able to hit the heavy better, and I think this weapon is very more effective against heavy than the regular scattergun. But the regular scattergun, it's always going to be more reliable, especially in comparing to the backscatter. The backscatter is a very skillful weapon where you go back and you have to be able to hit the shots. But the scattergun, you just can people hit from the front and you don't always have to flank enemies. With the backscatter you have to do that pretty much all the time to get your skills. So it's a bit of a risk reward weapon. You have to be close, which also means they can probably shoot at you. I mean, that's the goal, I think. That's probably what they are going to do if they see you. So it's a little bit of risk reward. You can do a lot of damage. I think very skilled scouts can actually like jump over enemies. I've tried it a few times and actually got like a few shots in. Jump over, use that double jump, use your speed to get behind enemies while they are shooting at you. It's possible. It's not easy, but it's possible to do that, and you can hit those shots that do a lot of damage. But you do have to really aim at their meat, really aim at their body, and make sure all over the pellets hit, and then you do a crazy amount of damage. I think you can almost probably kill an enemy in 2 shots, but I'm not certain. 3 shots. I didn't really know what the maximum amount of damage is. I actually didn't check. But this is a very cool weapon, and I highly recommend this for pretty skilled players. And I also do think that it's probably good in combination with the bonk. I actually did a few matches on upward and I tried to bonk behind enemies. And use the bonk to get behind the enemy lines, then come back and surprise them from the back. Right? didn't always work out because some players actually will start looking for you. So sometimes it doesn't really work, but I do think that is a useful tactic, let's just say. Anyways, I hope you like this video. This is a pretty good weapon. I highly recommend if you are a skilled player. Thanks for watching, and take care, folks.